Alright, so welcome to another collection video. As you can see, I just went through some of my PS5 collection. These are all the titles that I have played. You can see here. I talked a bit about all of these in my last video, which you can find on the channel. This time I will go through the rest of my PS5 collection and all the titles that I own but have not played. So I'll move these out of the way and make some room for the other releases. This video will hopefully be a bit shorter, just because there's a lot of stuff here to go through, but I don't probably have as much to say about these than I did the ones that I have played, right? So I'll start with limited editions. I'll start with the biggest one that I have, just because I can use it as a bookend. So this is the Grim Grimoire Once More limited edition. I'm pretty disappointed with the quality of this. It came in a mail with a bit of damage to it, as you can see. So you can see there, like there's this white speck. It's a little bit torn. Right? It came with some damage, and also if you look at this side here, it's starting to come apart a bit, and the box is not the highest of quality, unfortunately, but it has some great stuff in it. I know I'm saying the word stuff a lot, but you just have to live with it. It's my problem. But yeah, there's I'm not going to open this fully, but there's like an art book and a physical CD, and there's some art cards like this one, mystical portraits art cards, and yeah, there's a lot of really cool items. There are many really cool items. I can't even speak at the moment. Yeah, this is a pretty expensive edition, so I wish it was higher quality. Also, like if you look at this side here, the glue is the glue is coming off. It will break apart at some point. Yeah, I'll use this as a bookend for all the other limited editions. I don't like stacking limited editions because the boxes make it flattened. So I'll put them like this. So hopefully that is fine. This is Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo, loosely based on one of the greatest films ever made. Vertigo from the 1950s. I believe, and this is the retail limited edition. Comes with an art book. I don't really want to go through these art books very thoroughly because I haven't played this game yet, so I don't want any spoilers. This looks like a really strange, like an adventure game. I'm probably going to enjoy it quite a bit, but just haven't found the time to play it yet. Next is Armored Core 6: Fires of Rubicon. It's the launch edition, still sealed. I remember playing the first Armored Core back in the day on a PS1, not really liking it that much. I also played some of the PS2 games that are okay, I guess. But this one looks really cool, so I'll check that out definitely at some point. This is the European retail edition of Cult of the Lamb by Devolver Digital, still sealed. Looking forward to this game. The artwork is just gorgeous. I really like the soft colors that they used here. Game that definitely doesn't have soft colors. Greedfall Gold Edition, still sealed. This is like an RPG, like a hardcore RPG game. An old school PC RPG game. Looking forward to that. Insomnia's Enhanced Edition, It's a first-person horror game. Doesn't look the greatest, but I got it for cheap, and comes with a slipcase and some extra items, art book, and so on. So I had to get it for cheap before it sells out. It fell. Oh well. Persona 5 Royal. The only Persona game that I have ever played is the second one on a PS1. But I own quite a bit of them. I don't have all of them, but I have many of them. This is the Steelbook edition of that game. It's such a time sink to start playing some of these JRPGs. So it's really daunting to even I don't even want to think about playing that game, to be honest, because it's going to take like 100 hours to get through. But I will at some point. This Recompile. It's it's a 3D action platformer, action adventure game. It has a very, very interesting art style, if you can see it from the back. It's very colorful blocks. Yeah, and this is the limited edition of that. Then I have the Play Asia, and these books are not going to go over well with YouTube, but who cares? This is Senses Midnight. This is the second game in the Senses series. This is number 79 out of. Does it say here how many games, how many releases they have for this? No, it doesn't. I think it's like limited to 1,000. So that's a really good number, actually. Yeah, this is like a PS1 kind of like inspired survival horror game. The first game is a side scroller, like a 2D side scroller. They completely changed the style for the second game. The boobs are the same. Like these games are notorious for the art style, with very, very well endowed ladies as the characters in it. Yeah, had to get that while it was available. Next, this is a strange one. This is Silence the House, released by Red Art Games. And as you can see from the cover, it was released on Halloween 2023. This is, I believe, limited to 1,000 copies. I believe it has inside like the card that tells me which numbered release this is, but it's still sealed. I'm not going to open it. This is like a visual novel game. It looks pretty awful, but I bought a bunch of games from Red Art, and I just threw this in there in the order. Why not? It's a very collectible game. It is going to be very, very difficult to find in a year or two, but I may open it at some point and play through it. Oddworld Soulstorm, next up. The Oddworld games are some of my favorites from my childhood, especially the first game, Abe's Odyssey, on the PS1. And this is the newest Oddworld game. I haven't gotten around to play it. People complained a lot about it, but the complaints were mostly around it like being an old school Oddworld game. It doesn't seem very modern, but that's not a problem because I like the old school Oddworld games. So I'm looking forward to playing that one at some point. And then lastly, or almost lastly, there are a couple others after this. This is the last East Asia soft release that I have here for this video. This is the Bridge Curse, still sealed. This is in the same series as Senses. So this is a Play Asia exclusive. This is number 476 I believe this was also limited to like 1,000 or 1,500. So some of these games are going to be very expensive very quickly. But yeah, the Breach Curse seems like a pretty interesting horror game. I believe this is from Taiwan or China, the developer. So not something that I'm very accustomed to playing, so it could be interesting. Next up, there is the House of the Dead remake, the limited edition with like a, I don't know if it shows well, but there's like a hole here in the cover. Like this is not just a flat image. There's a hole here in the cover, and there's like a holographic image with the skulls behind it. It looks really nice. And this is the European retail edition. Comes with stickers and other extras. Next, there is Medium. The Medium. This is the Two Worlds special edition. I originally missed this. This has been sold out for a really long time, but I found this for an okay price on the second-hand market. Comes with the art book. I really like the art style of some of these blooper team games. A lot of people have an issue with blooper team, don't really like their horror games. I've liked some of them. Some of them are definitely not very good. This got quite mediocre reviews, but I'm still looking forward to playing it at some point. Next up, we have 2 Point Campus. This is enrollment edition for that. Some of these building simulator games are quite fun. I really liked Zoo Tycoon back in the day. And also some of the roller coaster tycoon games like Evil Genius and so on. So I'm going to check this out at some point. And then lastly, this time for real, this is the last limited edition that I have for the PS5 that I haven't played. This is the Dead Cells Return to Castlevania Signature Edition. For the PS4, I have the original Signature Edition for Dead Cells. That doesn't have any of the DLCs in it, but I got this one just because it has the DLC included. So I'll open this up like the Turtles one I did. Some really nice artwork. And also comes with some pins. Of course, the game, it has like I think an art book inside. It feels kind of light, so I don't know if there's that much inside the box other than the disc. But then there's this like a changes when you rotate it, collectible picture, and some art, maybe cards. I don't know. This is more like a art photos, I guess. These are art cards. Some Castlevania inspired artwork. Looks very nice. What is the third one? Yeah. I'm sorry for all the reflections. I just isn't really much that I can do about it. As you can hear, I'm filming this on my phone with a very basic setup. So the quality of these videos isn't going to be the most amazing, but that's not really the point here. The point here is just to look at some games and go through my collection. So that's what I'm doing. This was a mistake. I can't get it back on. I'll have to do it off camera. I can't get it back on. And then there's like an art booklet. And also the soundtrack CD. These signature edition releases are really high quality. I've been a fan of their releases for a long time now. I have most of them on a PS4. I only have these two currently for the PS5, but I'm absolutely going to look for some of the ones that I've missed. Many of them are already sold out, like the Invisible or the Invincible. Which one it is? It's the Russian game. That one sold out pretty quickly. I missed it. Oh yeah, I got it. I got it back on. Nice. I missed that release, and that one is definitely something that I'm looking for. I'm trying to add into my collection at some point. But these are really nice, really high quality collector's editions. So definitely worth looking for, worth getting. I'm gonna put this on top here. Okay, so that's the limited editions. I have to move this around a bit. Maybe I'll do like a small stack of them. I'll do a small stack. I'll do 2 small stacks. No, yeah, that's fine. They're not going to. Yeah, that's fine. They're not going to get ruined over this. And just put Castlevania on top there. Right, that's nice. Okay, so then I have all the just regular releases to go through. I'll go through this quite quickly. This is After Image. I believe this is a Chinese game. This is like a Metroidvania puzzle platformer type of game, action platformer. Seems quite interesting. The art style is very nice. Then there's Broken Pieces. This is a story-heavy exploration game with some horror elements in it, I believe. Next, we have a strictly limited release Cannon Dancer. It's also a game with some art cards and stickers and whatnot, but this is still sealed, so I'll put the extra stuff in the case when I've opened it. This is release 75, 1,500 copies. This is number 237. It's a very nice low number for Cannon Dancer. It's like a side-scrolling It's not really. It doesn't really look like a Super Nintendo game necessarily, but it's like a 16, like a 16 or a 32-bit like pixel art side-scrolling action game. Maybe it looks like a PC Engine game, something like that. Then there's Chorus. This is the Day 1 edition. This is a flight simulator, if I'm not mistaken. Looks really interesting. It's also very cheap to get at the moment. Clockwork Aguario, another strictly limited release. This is release 43, and it's numbered 769 out of 1,800. Next up, Control Ultimate Edition. This is a Finnish shooting game. Third-person shooter with some horror elements to it. Looking forward to that. Probably the next game that I'll start going through after I finish Ghost of Tsushima. Doki Doki Literature Club. This is an American release. There's also a European release for this that is identical, I believe. There's some extra content in it. Some club member cards and what else? Stickers, all this stuff. A visual novel game with a horror twist. Next up, Dread Out. This is I believe, is it Indonesian? I think the developer is either from Indonesia or like the Philippines or like from that area, like southeastern Asia. And this is a horror game, the second game in the series. So this is Dread Out 2. The first game I don't think has a physical release. It's a PC game. The release is like an Asian English release, so it's released in the Asian region but has English subtitles in it. Then I have Evil West, which is like a third-person shoulder shooter. Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach, still sealed. I don't know what to say about this one, really. I kind of like some of the Five Nights at Freddy's games. That's like a first-person game, the only first-person game in the series, other than the VR games, which there are two, I guess, at this point. So it's quite different from the typical Five Nights at Freddy's game. I just remember it being extremely panned at launch for being buggy as hell, but I hope it's been fixed. Another horror game, Phobia Saint Dinfna Hotel. It's a first-person survival horror game. Next up, Ghost Runner 2, the sequel to the great Ghost Runner game that I really, really like. Looking forward to this one as well. There are a lot of games here that I'm looking forward to, but I don't know when I have the time to play them. Then we have God of War Ragnarok. The 2018 God of War game is by far one of my favorite games of the last 10 years. So the fact that I still haven't even opened this from the seal, haven't taken off the plastic, and that's a travesty. I'll fix that during this year at some point. Next up, Red Art Games Gunborg Dark Matters. It's a side-scrolling shooter game, like a 2D platformer shooter. I think it's a twin stick shooter in 2D. If I'm mistaken, I'm who cares? But yeah, you go around and shoot stuff in 2D. In Sound Mind looks like a very interesting first-person horror game. It's very colorful and very different from your usual visuals that you have in these sort of titles like Phobia or like in the last video I talked about Madison and whatnot. There's also Insomnis. There are a lot of games in this genre that are released. Many of them are not very good, but I have high hopes for In Sound Mind. Next up, Lost Judgment. I don't have the first Judgment game. I got this for cheap during a sale. I have to get the first Judgment game. But this is a Yakuza spin-off. The Yakuza series is fantastic, and those spin-offs got some really good reviews as well. So the next game is very strange one. It's Love Choice. This is another Red Art Games release. This was released during Valentine's Day last year. I believe this is limited to 999 copies. So this is going to be extremely collectible in some time. I may open up the plastic. I may rip off the plastic at some point and go through the game, but I don't know. Love Choice. I just got it because it was cheap and very limited. Which isn't the greatest habit to have, just buying stuff because it's limited, but sometimes I just pull the trigger. Mech Warrior 5. I haven't played any of the Mech Warrior games before this. This is supposedly not the greatest one of them, but I'll give it a try at some point. Next up, Mineko's Night Market. A really cute little indie game that I'm going to check out, hopefully shortly. Here we have the next Humble Games release that I have. Moonscars. Again, look for this logo. It's a mark of a good game, or at least an interesting game. This looks like a lot like Blasphemous. So this looks like a very, very good-looking pixel art game with some brutal, violent combat. Neon White became an internet sensation for a little while, like a speed running. It's like a Mirror's Edge game, basically, but just a speed running first-person game. NHL 22, nothing to say about that. NHL games used to be really cool on the PS3 and PS2 eras, and now they are just garbage. Right? Another Red Dot Games release, Omega Bot. This is another 2D pixel art action adventure game. Next up, Persona 5 Tactica. Got this for really cheap during a sale. I'll maybe get to play it in like 2 or 3 or 5 years after I've played all the other Persona games before. Yeah, tactics game in the Persona universe. Next up, Returnal, another Finnish game by Housemarque. Housemarque is a fantastic studio, and this is a game that I should have played when it first came out, but I didn't because I didn't have time, and now it's sitting on my shelf waiting for its turn. Sackboy: A Big Adventure, an early PS5 game. Looks cool. I'll try it at some point. I really like the original Little Big Planet, especially the first one. So I have a soft spot for these Media Molecule games. Was this game made by Media Molecule, by the way? No, it was made by Sumo Sheffield, so this isn't even a Media Molecule game, but the property was created by Media Molecule. Right. Red Art Games, again, Scourgebringer. This is Red Art Games Indies 1. This is the first release in the series. This is numbered 329 out of 999. Do these, by the way, have numbers? No. This is Omega Bot, and so yeah, okay. So all of them do not have numbered markings on the covers. All right. This is the latest pickup, Sea of Stars. I want to play this game so bad, but I just don't have the time for it at the moment. So I'll get to play it at some point. Next up, we have Skabma Snowfall. There are a couple of games that I own that I've picked up recently that are based on like Sami mythology. So this is in like northern Finland, northern Norway, the Sami people, the indigenous people living there. So this is mythology from their like folklore. There are some other games that I'll show later in different videos that have this sort of mythological content in them. So it looks interesting. I'm always interested in folk horror and just in general folklore games. King of Fighters 15, another game that I got cheap in a sale. Not very familiar with the King of Fighters series, but it looks cool. Next up, I have a double set of strictly limited releases. These are Turrican Anthology Volume 1 and Turrican Anthology Volume 2. These have a bunch of the Turrican games in them. The Volume 1 is a numbered release. This is copy 1995 out of 2000. So almost sold out before I got it. And this second one is numbered 1723 out of 2000. So 1723 out of 2000. This is the release number 37. This is strange, they have the same release number for both of these. So that's Turrican. Old school NES and SNES era action games. Next up, Void Terrarium Plus Deluxe Edition. There is also a collector's edition of this that I don't have. I have just this simpler version. But yeah, this looks like a really strange game. You're like this chibi anime character going around in a terrarium, like dungeon crawling. And then lastly, we have Wreckfest. Drive Hard, Die Last. I believe this is a game by, yes, Bugbear. So these are the people who made. Also, this is another Finnish game. So shout out to all the Finnish game developers out there. This is from the people who made the Flatout series, which is one of the most nostalgic childhood racing game series for me personally. Especially the first Flatout game with all the mini games, like long jump and like all this crazy stuff, like sharpshooting mini games where you're launching your driver out of through the windshield and trying to hit targets. All the crazy game modes that game had. So this is a arcade racing game by the people who made Flatout. Fantastic stuff. Hopefully. So that's my entire PS5 collection in 2 videos. Yeah, I'll probably get to play at least some of these games at some point, but who knows? Anyway, next time I will talk about some PS4 games, so look forward to that and have a good day.